Today we bring you a review of the new SP15 TAC and SP25 TAC, made by Oceania Precision, a relatively new manufacturer based right here in Australia down in New South Wales. These are both straight pull rifles, utilising a spring return system, and offer the ability to accept AR style stocks, pistol grips and handguards. The SP15 is a smaller form factor rifle. Chambered in 223, 300 Blackout and 350 Legend, in the future they will also be available in 7.62x39, 224 Valkyrie, 6.5 Grendel, 6mm ARC, 458 SOCOM and 9mm Parabellum. The SP25 is a larger form factor version, and it is available in 243 Winchester, 6.5mm Creedmoor, 7mm 308 Winchester and 358 Winchester. Up first though, we are looking at the SP15 TACs. These are incredibly lightweight rifles. Utilising barrels made by Alan Swan up in Queensland, they offer superb accuracy for the end user. Whilst the barrel profile can of course be subject to customization, the rifle we shot utilised a fluted pencil profile. Combined with the work in making the receiver as light as possible, this has produced a rifle that points incredibly well and is easy to carry for extended periods of time. Currently, you can see one of the SP15s set up with a 3-power Trijicon ACOG. This optic offers a fixed 3x magnification in a lightweight form factor, and is well suited to this style of firearm. Of course, more traditional variable magnification optics can also be used. However, they will be best mounted using single-piece cantilever rounds, rather than separate traditional rings. This is one of the SP15s that has been chambered in 350 Legend. As you can see, this cartridge generates significantly more recoil, and is quickly developing a good reputation for use on larger pigs. This is another one of the SP15 TACs. This one's in all black and is fitted with a holographic red dot, specifically a Vortex UH1. Also fitted with a flashlight and M-LOK style handguard. Furthermore, the muzzle brake on this is replaced from a standard birdcage and fitted with a PWS muzzle brake. As you can see though, that keeps it incredibly flat shooting and really just reduces any recoil from the fairly minimal recoil of the 223 straight down to 0. This was a really well handling rifle, and it was very easy to make hits with it out to 100 meters, and I'm sure if you had targets further away, you'd be able to hit those too, provided you have good enough eyesight to use a red dot at that range. The guns have an easy to operate magazine release, easy to operate bolt hold open. It holds open on the last round and can be manually held open, as you can see here. The safety, it has positive clicks and is once again very ergonomic and easy to operate. And as you can see, the trigger pull there has very little take up and not much over travel. This is an excellent trigger pull in these rifles, and the straight trigger, whilst it looks a bit unusual, is fantastic to use. So you can see we're separating the upper and lower. This is done by simply punching out the pin on the rear of the lower receiver. These pins are quite stiff, so we use a hammer to get it out. It can be done by hands, and the stiffness is done intentionally to keep the fit between these two receivers very tight.
Ah, those fucking screws. Holy shit. God damn it.
Now turning our attention to the SP25 TAC. This particular gun is chambered in 308, and as you can see is a much larger and thus heavier gun. Though the barrel is fluted, it is still a fairly heavy profile, and this weight, in combination with the aggressive muzzle brake, makes this a very light recoiling 308 and a real pleasure to shoot. Though personally I wouldn't want to be carrying it for any particularly long distance. You could of course opt for a much thinner profile barrel, which is going to make it much easier to carry, but you'll be scot-free with significantly more recoil. There's no way around that. We found this gun to be exceptionally accurate. Unfortunately, the target we shot at to group this rifle got wiped out in a sun and rainstorm, but we were able to achieve cloverleaf, that is shot-on-shot type groups, out to 100 meters, which is well and truly sub-MOA and achieves any sort of practical accuracy standard that most people would be after. We're able to ring our half-size IPSC target from black carbon out to 150 meters very easily. That's as far as we could shoot on this particular property. But as you can see in this video, it's just hitting the same spot shot after shot and just wiping out the rust spot on that target. You can easily shoot these rifles out to sort of whatever distance you're really limited more by your cartridge. The accuracy on these guns is excellent. Here you can see the takedown process on the SP25. Much like the SP15, you'll be best served using a hammer and punch to remove the rear takedown pin, and then the upper can hinge up and allow the bolt carrier grip to be removed. After this, if required, the upper can then be separated from the lower through the removal of the front takedown pin as well. Reassembly is simple and is the reverse of the takedown process.
Gas rings on a bolt carrier. No, I'm trying to actually show you the gas rings. That type, right? Yeah, I'll get the truck one. Yeah, that'd be so much better. Thank you. Yeah. But I'll send you an AR chamber brush. Please. 223 size one, but it'll.
So you've got to have that forward, and I don't have a spring in these ones. So you've got to hold your thumb on it. Get it in there, close it, like that, shut that, and then press that home. But normally they're tight, so you give them a tap.
Well, that brings us to the tail end of this video. We found these rifles to be excellent additions to the market for the Australian shooter and well worth their price tag. It's even better that they're locally produced, and in buying them you help supporting our local firearms industry. Whilst the TAC models are not available in all states and territories, there are other versions of these guns that are Category AB legal nationwide, even in WA and New South Wales. Thanks for watching the video, we hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We hope to be bringing out more videos on different interesting firearms in the Australian firearm market in the near future.